Looks like we are live. Just gonna wait for a few people and wait for someone to confirm that the sound is working. And bring it up on my computer. So.
You don't want to see the bike? The angle is so far out.
Oh, well, you can angle it down. Got two people here, it looks like. All right. Looks like the sound's working. We're gonna get to the unboxing. I am obviously trying this out in my garage. So hopefully the Wi-Fi works well here. And as you can see, we have a 630 EVRYjourney 500 watt fat tire version. So we're going to unbox this. If you're watching this after the fact, please consider using the link in the description if you're going to purchase an e-bike from 630. That helps support my channel. Thanks in advance. And yeah, with that, we're going to unbox the bike. It has a little bit of damage. It's ripped open here. Not anything too terrible. And just generally from many bikes that I've unboxed, this box is actually quite a lot taller. So, hey Luke, hey Lou. Yeah, Luke, we're in the garage. The weather is decent here in Wisconsin, so we are taking full advantage. I've actually had the garage set up for quite some time, and it's nice to have some nice weather. It's like 77 degrees, I think, high temperature today. All right. So this, I'm just reading this. Hello, this bike was designed in California by the 630 Bicycle Company. Just screw in a couple of nuts and bolts here and there and take your bike out for a ride. Your experience starts here. And I have to admit, I don't really know what I'm getting into as far as unboxing. I haven't done a ton of research on this bike. So, I mean, I obviously looked at the bike, but, yeah. I think, here's the box out. Box 4. Oh, this is the seat. So let's install a seat, it looks like. That's that. We'll set this up to the side.
Box 3.
Box 3. All right. I think this is going to be a heavy one.
Yeah.
And like all my live streams, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the chat box. I'll do my best to answer all of them. Let's see. This part has the battery on it, so maybe I'll lift here, and then you want to lift there. We'll see what we're working with. Like I said, really tall box. So that makes it more difficult, especially for people who are short. Whoa! It's a heavy one. Maybe we want to. Yeah, there's some scrap cardboard there. Okay. Wow. So yeah, this, I mean, the reason I think the box is so tall, I guess the rack sticks up pretty tall, and then you have these huge fat tires on here. And yeah, we'll see if I need to put it in the stand. Looks like the Fork is already installed. Looks like the stem is not, so I'll have to put that on. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see, we'll detach this front wheel here. Looks like they ship it with the, oh yeah, there's the front fender. So I've done many unboxings as of late, and I promise you the reviews are in progress. Oh.
Do you need help?
Yep.
Oh no, this is it. Another one. Right.
And I think it's just stuck on the crank here. Yeah, they really pack this tight. I don't know.
It's right here. How do you get
That is
out?
tricky.
Yeah.
So the crank arm packed right into the between the spokes of the bike.
Ooh, that's kind of scary. If you're not careful.
So we have to move that out of the way. Try not to bend any of these spokes. Alright. That was a bit tricky.
Are you going to use this or not?
I'm not sure yet.
Probably not because you don't have a seat.
Well, the seat post looks like it's here. That's maybe what we'll do. Let's see. So there's the handlebars. There's the stem. Maybe crack open the seat box. I'm trying to think where the seat post is here. Again, this is the 630 EVRYjourney 500 watt fat tire version.
Ooh, wow.
Plush seat. I don't know where the seat post is though. Okay.
That's all.
What's this saying in the box?
Box 3, pedals, quick release skewer, and lock nut cap. So I bet you the quick release, maybe? No.
Well, we'll keep maybe use it. So the bike is all black. Front rear fenders, rear rack. And I don't know at what point, it looks like the rack may have gotten scratched up. And it looks like almost someone took a black Sharpie over that. I'm not sure where that would have been in the process. I mean, you can't really notice it, but I mean, I can understand a little bit of shipping damage, but so that's kind of interesting.
Do you still have your
Let's see. Maybe if you could just bring that bike stand over here so I can have something to lean the bike. This bike is made to fit pretty tall people. So this bike actually isn't mine. It's going to a friend of ours. And he's quite tall. So we're going to see how it fits him. All right, so let's go through these boxes before we get too much into it. Here's the 630 branded seat. Very wide, still a little bit firm, but maybe more comfortable than some that you get with electric bikes. And here's the charger for the bike. I assume it's a 2 amp charger. Yep, 2 amp charger. I'm still wondering where the seat post is. All right, let's get. Here's the little cone shaped. I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. To look at that. And some pedals, metal pedals, unbranded. Not the logo pedals that you see on many electric bikes today. And the front quick release skewer for that front wheel. And as I said, if you're just joining, let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, the bike seems to like it has a cruiser geometry. Yeah, so with this bike, your legs are kind of in front of you. You got the seat towards the back. So definitely curious. Be curious how it feels. Nice chain guard here, cadence, pedal assist. I think it's a 500 watt-hour battery or thereabouts. Bottle cage bosses down here. You can see these handlebars from here all the way down. Okay, here's the seat post. We kind of hit it in there. There we go. And then we throw on the seat. There wasn't any, here we go. Yeah, it's kind of that old school, I don't know, maybe not old school, but the way the seat attaches is a little bit different. So I actually need some wrenches for that. I'm just going to check comments here. All right. I believe I'm going to try to get the seat on, and then maybe we'll put it in the bike stand. It'll be a little bit easier for me to work on. Oh, thank you. And then I think I am going to put this in the bike stand if you want to assist me. So you have the bike stand here, so might as well take advantage of it.
Do you want me to move that side? Or, I don't have it.
Yep, just hold it steady for a second.
Do I have
I gotta rotate the, so because of the way that the seat hits, I gotta rotate, like there maybe. I'll try it there. Let's go up with it just a little bit more. Okay. That should hold.
Well, I hope so.
Alright, let's see.
Oh.
I think that angle's pretty good actually. Should I just move the camera around? for me?
Yep.
Okay, this is gonna be much easier now. So again, if you're just joining me, let me know if you have any questions about this bike, or any electric bike for that matter. Happy to talk anything e-bikes. Obviously I haven't ridden this bike or anything, and I'm not very familiar with 630 just yet, but it's always fun to do another electric bike review. And this one does not come with toolkit, so that's why I had to get some tools, and I'm not sure if I have the right size handy. There we go.
Do you want me to move any of the bikes in the background?
Oh, sorry.
You good?
Good. Thank you. We'll get the seat on so you can kind of get a sense of how it's going to look. I'm sure it'll need some adjusting after the fact, but see if we can tilt it up a little bit. So far, it looks like a nice bike though, and I'm excited to kind of ride a more cruiser style bike. Alright, I'm just gonna put the seat on temporarily, even though I know it's not. Nice wide saddle. You can see the electronics come down here from the battery, go to the front of the bike and the frame. This bike is priced at $23.99, I believe, although they do have some more affordable options, just not in fat tire ones, at least that I'm aware of. So this is definitely one of their more expensive models. So just something to keep in mind. Yes. Get the seat on before it slides out of the stand, yep. How many e-bikes does this make? I assume you're talking about how many e-bikes I have. This one is actually going to a friend of mine. So not actually a bike that I will personally be owning, but I will be test riding it. I'll probably do this one maybe a month or so from now. I kind of have a backlog. Behind the camera, I have the Rad Mission, the Aerial Rider D-Class, and I also have the Ride One Up Roadster V2. So. Actually, it takes a little more than I thought to tighten this seat down. I don't know what kind of fitting you call this, but the seat basically clamps around the seat post. If you're watching when I put the seat post on, you'll probably understand a little bit better. All right, we're gonna go with that. Let's see here. I'll put these pedals on quick. What style of tire that I got with this bike? Let's see. I can tell you. So these are 26 by 4-inch Chow Yang tires. That's definitely a brand I am not familiar with. They got some tread on them. Obviously, this has no suspension. There's that brand, Chow Yang. Yeah, so no suspension, so you're kind of relying on the fat tires to provide you with any cushion. Here's those pedals. Nothing too fancy, I'd say. They are labeled nice, so that's always good. This is the right pedal, this is the left pedal. And I should mention while I'm doing this, I am not a professional bike mechanic. This isn't a tutorial. And I 15. So turning the threads left. To tighten the left pedal. So if you're watching this live, I'd love to hear what e-bike you own, what e-bikes you're looking at. Are you looking at one of these from 630? I'd be curious. Like I said, I hadn't heard of them until they reached out, and thought it would be fun to work with a new brand. Nice chain guard over here. The motor says XOFO. I'm not sure that's a brand. 48 volt, 500 watt. Alright, little warning sticker here. Manufacturer, Galaxy Bicycle Company. Alright. Here's those huge swept back handlebars. Like a good bike for like a beach cruiser, I would think. Or if you just want to be in a comfortable riding position. Got the 630 logo on the front here. LCD display on the left-hand side. And I believe I have another electric bike coming tomorrow. It is the KBO Hurricane, single speed. So I'm really excited to check that out. I will have 3 electric bikes that are single speeds that I'll be reviewing in the upcoming weeks. So that should be a lot of fun. The stem looks very interesting. And like I said, I didn't really look too much into some of the instructions, so hopefully I can get this all figured out. While I'm getting this, I'll check out your comments. Yeah, I would say there's not a lot of logos at all on this bike anywhere. Just that front badge, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, you can barely read that logo, or that, yeah, the brand on those, the wheels, or the tires even. Okay, let's see. Flip them around. Now, I'm guessing that this will fit in there. However, I talked about that cap earlier. Here's my guess. So this stem, I guess, has a basically a bolt that comes down from the top and then attaches here. And so as you tighten this, it extends or tightens in the frame instead of, yeah, so it's slightly different, I think. So I don't know if this, yeah, so these just go through here. It looks like there might be I think that's just oh yeah, there is a minimum insertion, so you could adjust them maybe a little bit. So it could go from there. This would be at the highest point, and then I obviously can go down further. So that's kind of nice, like for someone who's potentially like really, really tall. I'm just gonna let it fall there for now, and while I get my tools. The Volt Bike Mariner, first upgrade with any fat bike tires, must have puncture protection. Can't walk, yeah. So I would agree, yeah, I mean, I would expand that and say any bike that's heavy that doesn't, you know, especially ones that have fat tires, but any electric bike that really isn't easy to pedal, you know, it's good to have puncture protection. I've talked a lot about Tanis. On this channel, they just did a partnership with Rad Power Bikes, so that's really cool. And I have those on my fat tire bike and our Rad wagon. And I actually do have a set for our Ride One Up Limited. And we'll see if I put them in there. I'm not sure if the Limited is going to be kind of the bike we use this year. We'll have to see. So just got to tighten this down. And again, I'm not worrying too much at this point whether the handlebars are straight, because I think that'll be easier to do once the bike isn't in the stand. So we'll just get these tightened for now. we go. And again, you have just one chain ring, double-sided on the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 speed. And let's see what they're using for rear derailleur. This is Shimano Tourney, so pretty much entry level as far as that goes. A lot of the bikes I've been reviewing recently have, Sarah, Altus, I think Olivio is what the Limited has. It's kind of interesting. It looks. I think I have the. I wonder if the fork is backwards. I'm not sure. It's hard because the geometry of this bike is a little bit different. I think I'll look at the picture quick. But they don't even attach the front brake. So you have to attach the front brake, and usually that's kind of your dead giveaway of what side it goes on. Or at least helps, I guess. Let's see, we'll take this bolt out. That's connecting the fork. I'm not sure what size this is. $17 millimeters. And I should mention, 630 sells like other bikes that are non-electric too. So if you want this style of electric or bike and you don't want it to be electric, there we go. Okay, just gonna see. All right. Take a look at their images online and see what. Yeah, so I think shows the brakes on the left side, which means that I do have the fork. So it's got to go like this. And then we'll mount the brake here, and then obviously I'll have to turn the handlebars around, which shouldn't be a big deal. I'll maybe do that quick just to make sure that the cables are all going to be good. Let's see. There we go. Try to get these as straight, but again, I'll have to adjust these. Handlebars will be easier to do after the fact. So you can already see, definitely laid back. You can see the, where the seat post comes down at such an extreme angle there. Looks like unbranded front brake. So typically I see like Shimano Aries or sorry, Tektro Aries. So I'd say component-wise, at least with this bike, I mean, it will probably meet the needs of a lot of folks, but, you know, seems like it doesn't have, you know, some of the name brand components, at least, that you get with some other electric bikes. See if I can get these brakes on here. This might be something I'll mess with after, because I don't know. Seems like these screws don't want to go through very well. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just throw on the front tires so you can see it, and then maybe I'll worry about these brakes after the video. Take the protector off the disc here. $160 millimeter discs. So again, a lot of times you'll see 180 millimeter discs. Looks like there's a cap. Alright, got the front wheel on, at least temporarily. I'll have to deal with the brakes. Let's see, take off some more packaging here. I'll check the comments. Making some progress here. Yeah, this stem might be a little bit of a older style. I would agree with that. But I think what is nice about it is it gives you a little bit of rise. That's handy. Options to adjust at least. And let's see here. It looks like the keys are attached. Right here. They're using Rienshin battery pack. It's a brand I'm familiar with. Max cargo capacity on this battery is 25 kilograms, and I believe, let's see, so no rear light, no integrated rear light. Looks like there is a power button, and it slides out just like that on kind of a rail system. Here's that battery. I think it's 500 watt. Let's see. It says here 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour. So pretty good. You'll get decent range on that. 25, 30 to maybe up to 40 miles if you're really being conservative. Obviously, with those fat tires, there's a lot of more rolling resistance. I would say pretty easily, 20 miles. But you'll typically see a 10.4 amp hour battery on some of the more affordable bikes. All right, let's see, maybe I'll power this on and we'll just see if it turns on. Got an LCD screen here, monochrome. Turns on. So you got a left hand thumb throttle, and the thumb throttle is quite a bit different than ones I've seen on with the, normally they have this very standard thumb throttle. This is one I'm looking at, I see it on the X Class there in the background. This one, I kind of like the thumb throttle on this. It feels, I think, a little bit better than that. I think it has motor cutoffs. So, back brake seems adjusted. No noise there really. Now let's see. What else? Maybe I don't know why that front brake wasn't going in. It definitely looks like a cool bike, that's for sure. And let me just look. Okay, so the bolt goes through the frame. Yeah, okay. So I think what I have to do is I have to back these out. It's a bummer that it doesn't come with front or rear lights, but I suppose you can always add your own. There's swept back bars, so kind of some room here to put one. Cell phone holder. I definitely think a lot of people kind of can appreciate this style of bike, at least the riding style. It seems like it's pretty popular, especially since people who commonly purchase electric bikes are typically a little bit older. So this allows them to hop on a bike that is really comfortable. The brake cable has a lot of extra cable here, which makes it slightly difficult to attach here. And so I think I'm going to attach this a little bit later because I think I'm going to pull off the front wheel and those sort of things. But what we can look at is the let's see, we can look at how the front fender goes on maybe. Could be a very good stealth bike, doesn't look at all electric, yeah. Small motor in the back. Yeah, the brand doesn't say, it just says XOFO, no brand, 48 volt, 500 watt. But yeah, I would agree. I mean, with the battery integrated into the rack, I mean, you could even put panniers here and, a lot of people probably wouldn't even be able to tell that it's electric, so. So, guessing that the fender will attach to the rear here. It's nice that it comes with fenders. The bolts for the fenders though look like they're here. I do like when they have the mounting bolts right to the frame. Don't have to worry about sliding anything on the fenders at all. Move my quick release out of the way here. I spent the weekend riding the Ride One Up Roadster V2. That was a lot of fun. Put a decent amount of miles on that, doing a little bit of range testing. Did like 15 miles pretty easily. Still have maybe half the battery left, I'd say. And that's a 36 volt, 6 amp hour, 7 amp hour, 252 watt hour. So really small. Making sure that I get this screw in, not cross-threaded. It's going in a little bit tough here. See. Our entire family also went out on e-bikes, and that was a lot of fun. Everyone on an e-bike. I don't think it's cross-threaded. Let's try. Also been working on the Rad Wagon performance video with the new controller. If you've been following that at all, that's been a lot of fun. There we go. Okay. Here's the fender. Just got to tighten it up here a little bit. Looks like there's plenty of clearance, which is really nice. Thanks for joining, Luke. Thanks for hanging out with me while I put together this bike. I'm going to finish up here shortly. I just figure I have to put the bike together anyway. Might as well do a recording. If you have any questions, you can ask me them. I also have a website. If you aren't familiar, ebikescape.com. I have an accessories list where I post some of my favorite electric bike accessories, many of which I have done reviews on. You can check that out if you're interested. I need another 10 millimeter or a Phillips. This will work. And I also have my top e-bike brands page. Use links in that. That helps support E-Bike Escape. Helps me get on more electric bikes. Of course, if you just subscribing to my channel, giving my videos a like also helps me out. Lots of reviews, as I mentioned earlier, in the works. Especially we'll have rain for the next few days, but hoping after that we get some decent weather and I can get out. I have almost all the filming done on the Ride One Up Roadster V2. Since I had that bike this weekend, I kind of did a bunch of footage on that, so that was a lot of fun. Let's see. I think I'll just probably have my wife hold this while I tighten it up, and then we'll get that fender installed. So yeah, there it is. Kickstand towards the rear. Let's see, what else? Initial impressions. I mean, I think it's a great looking bike. Perhaps wish they would have went with some more name brand components as far as the rear derailleur. Bigger discs would have been a nice upgrade. An actual branded brakes up front. Let's see, what else do we have? Again, the brakes here, they are a little bit of rubber, but unbranded there. And the right shifter, I believe on the website it shows it's a Shimano twist shifter. It's like I think it's called the Revo shift. So they went with a Shimano shifter and then just Shimano tourney in the rear. So, definitely a budget, brand or budget component as far as the Shimano kind of hierarchy goes. But yeah, love the laid back bottle cage bosses, like the chain guard, really sturdy rear rack. Nice that the battery fits in there. Would have liked to see some, front and rear integrated lights. There's just, a reflector up front and in the back. So if you have any other questions, happy to answer them. I'll give you just a little bit, a minute or so, and then we'll see you in the next video. Again, if you are looking to purchase one of these SixThreeZero EVRYjourney electric bikes, please consider using the link in the description. That'll help me out. And it looks like the handlebars too are adjustable up and down. I see a bolt there as well. So. All right, last chance. Okay, thanks for joining me tonight. Hope everyone had a nice weekend, and we'll be doing a review on this EVRYjourney fat tire 500 watt bike in the next month or so. I'll share my full thoughts. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.